Minecraft 26.1 Snapshot 6 brought us new pack versions with big changes to how data is stored on disk, world generation formats, and dirt. My name is Slime, and this is your dirty guide to all the dirty changes to dirt. Let's start with the storage changes. All dimension data is now stored the same way regardless of if it's a custom dimension or a default one. For instance, overworld data is now found under dimensions/Minecraft/overworld. Data in the top level data folder is now exclusively the data that applies in all dimensions, and this data is now found under namespace folders. The level.dat file has been updated as well, with lots of specific data moved into separate data files, and player storage has been moved to the players subfolder. A world's bundled resource pack is now located in the resource packs subfolder, but the game still only loads a single such pack named resources.zip. And saving a structure from a structure block in the world now saves the structure in a folder named structure rather than structures. There's also a change to dimension types. They now have a has Ender Dragon Fight Boolean value. In world generation news, there are updates to several of the feature formats. Rule-based block state providers like for the disk feature now have an optional fallback that can be empty. If so, they place nothing. In addition, the altar ground tree decorator has been changed so its provider is now such a rule-based provider. Speaking of trees, the tree feature now has a below trunk provider instead of force dirt and dirt provider, which is a rule-based block state provider as well. A number of features have been renamed and generalized, so forest rock is now block blob, with fields for which block state to place and what it can be placed on. Ice spike is now spike and now also has fields for the state and what to place on, as well as what can be replaced. The two huge mushroom features now also have can place on fields. In addition, a crash has been fixed for certain custom uses of the lake feature. Let's talk about dirt. In specific, dirt-related tags. The dirt block tag has been split apart into multiple tags. Collection tags mud, moss blocks, and grass blocks all contain what it sounds like they should, and the dirt tag now only contains dirt, coarse dirt, and rooted dirt. There are a number of new tags with more specific purposes that reference these. Substrate overworld is used for world generation conditions, and there are a number of tags used in feature placement for the various meanings of dirt. The mud, moss blocks, and grass blocks collection tags also exist in item tag forms. Let's turn our attention to some entity and data changes. Camel husks no longer have a baby model, so you cannot make a camel husk baby using commands. Saddles placed on baby camels using commands no longer render. Custom spawners with light limits that don't include 15 can now spawn mobs under the night sky properly. And hanging signs now work properly when used in block display entities. A command fix in this version. The data command no longer returns positive results for certain low negative numbers. In Resource Pack news, this version adds new textures for the new baby mob types and adds a new sound event for baby chicken steps. It also undoes the sea fighting pixels introduced to the baby chicken texture in a recent pack version. And finally, it also introduces some changes to shaders, where the item entity translucent cull shaders have been removed, and entity alpha and entity decal have been replaced by a new dissolve flag in entity shaders. The rendering of items has also been split from the entity shaders into new item shaders. And that's all the news in these pack versions. Thank you for watching. If you watched this far, please do hit the like button to help the new channel out. My name is Slime, and I'll see you next time.